We carried your dead. We brought your dead back to your villages. I even delivered a baby in the back of my helicopter one day. So all out of Long Chen, but we've been all over Laos fighting with the Hmong and the SGU. It's a great honor today to see what has happened after General Vang Pao brought all of you to America. I love it. I can remember all the young children in Long Chen throwing the ball back and forth to each other, looking for a partner in life, probably at 17 years, 18 years. And now I see them, well, unbelievably. The growth of the Hmong ethnic group in America is just phenomenal. When I was in Fresno, I was able to meet doctors, lawyers, dentists, accountants. Unbelievable if it would have happened 50 years ago. But you've made a famous stab into America, and we love you for it. And I'm standing here today with some of the people that used to work in Laos and out of Long Chen. Tony Carlson was one of our pilots. Danny was based out of Long Chen with some fabulous stories. And a shadow, and here's a Raven, famous Raven pilot. So if you want to meet them later on, please talk to them. They can tell you an awful lot about Laos and your mountain area that we used to work and love so much. It's an amazing transformation that we see today, unbelievably so. It's just our hearts. We fought in Vietnam, most of us, and then came to Laos with the Hmong, and I don't think our hearts have ever left the Hmong or the mountain areas of Laos. We enjoyed every second of it, even though a lot of it had horror to it. I'd like to pass the mic on for just a minute to Tony, if he has a word, and then to Danny, and then Gene. So, okay. Oh, well, by the way, one other thing. Why do you see a woman here? She lost her husband too in Laos and paid the supreme price. He was a captain of a helicopter out of Long Chen, and we lost him. And so this tribute to all the SGUs. There was a few Americans with them, fighting alongside them, bleeding with them. I got shot in the back of the head at Long Chen one day up at Skyline Ridge. So anyway, let me pass on to Tony first.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful opportunity to be here today. Okay, how's that? Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to be up here today with all of you wonderful people. And as far as Laos, I've been back several times to Phunna Savan and Vang Sai. So Laos still holds a special part in our heart for all of us, and also to Cambodia and Vietnam. So it's a wonderful opportunity to be here with all you wonderful people.
Danny Williams.
Good afternoon. I'm just a little old Minnesota boy from International Falls. And I went from the cold country to the hot country. And what a shock it was. I spent most of my time at Long Chen taking care of the Raven aircraft and the Air America aircraft, repairing bullet holes, recovering crashed airplanes, and watching people die. Many people, Hmong people, would come in wounded and or in bags, and it was very disheartening for a person to see. I've got some pictures of some young boys I taken about 1968, and I've showed them around on the internet, and 2 of them live here in St. Paul. One of them lives in France, and one of them owns a Thai restaurant in Fresno, California. I've spoken to him many times, and we've become friends. I was trying to find the other boys that live here in Minnesota. They were probably 10 years old at that time. Anyway, that's all I have.
And now we'll hear from Mr. Raven. Gene?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very proud to be here, standing here looking at all the people that, you know, we worked hard, the SGU, to get out of trouble. As a Raven, well, I started out as a nail, and when I volunteered to come to the Ravens, I didn't realize how hard and how tough it was to get chosen out of the many people. Only 205 were picked over 7 years. So there was something they were looking for, and I guess, you know, they found it in all of us that did it. We volunteered to be with you, and we knew your motto was fly until you die, and we had to be willing to work just as hard. And I believe we all did. And you know, there's one thing we have in common. We wish we could have done more, but politics are politics. And I'm glad to see that so many people, and as Bob says, and as I heard General Van Powell say several times, you know, get your education, learn the language, assimilate into the culture. And I see just wonderful examples of that all the time. So thank you again for having me.
One of our other members.
Good morning, everyone. They call me Shadow. I was a CIA officer assigned to Air America in Longchen. I was responsible for communications, and later on I was also a pilot, dual role. I'm proud to see the Tigers, the Chapakas, the Robins here, and it just warms my heart to see them. I left Longchen in 1972, reassigned back to Washington, but my heart never left the people, among people. I have stayed in contact with quite a few of you, and I hope to see this wonderful thing again. I have seen the Hmong people in Fresno, in Corvallis, Montana, and now here in Minnesota. And it is indeed an honor for me to be here today with you all. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for listening, folks. Again, I would like to turn to the SGU, and I'd like to say, brothers, some of these guys bled with you, fought with you, and served you. And every day was a privilege to do that. God bless. And I guess we're coming to a party later on. We'll be there with bells on. Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to give you guys one of the wreaths here, so that you guys can put it at the Vietnam Monument.
Nội gì xong nhỉ? Yeah. Create the raven. Yeah, correct.